Hello and welcome back to the My Fenix YouTube channel. Recently, Fenix have been loving their colour options, with 3 colours on the HM65R DT, HL16 and HL32 RT. But this week is no different, but instead of a headlamp, we're going to be looking at this, a flashlight. It's the TK20R UE. So the TK20R UE is an upgraded model of the TK20R, which is still a very popular model since its launch last year. It has a lot of features loved by torch fans, including the 2-button tactical tail switch, as originally seen on the TK16 V2, and then unique to this model is the rotating battery port cover, which is very popular compared to the alternative rubber bung. So how did Fenix go about taking a pretty flawless product and go about making improvements to it? Let's go ahead and have a look. So before I start, as I said, this comes in 4 different colours, and here I've gone for the city grey. It also comes in tan, desert camo and tropical green. I will start up with the head. We have this stylish crenulated bezel, which on this model is black. I think not having the tungsten braking tips on the TK20R V2 made it a more desirable product for more people, so I'm glad these haven't been added to this as well. We have a nice compact head that will give us a reasonable throw, but also has more metal to help dissipate any heat build-up. Inside we have the same SFT70 LED, but this one has been pared down to 2800 lumens instead. Down onto the body we have the hidden charge port cover. Simply rotate this down to reveal the USB-C charge port, and on the other side we have the forward stage charge indicator. The charge port is water sealed, in case that you haven't sealed this up properly and water gets in it. Down to the body we have the standard 21700 body tube, perfect for engraving, which we do here in the UK. Next is a one-way body clip, allowing it to be clipped to yourself or a bag or whatever you decide to clip it to. Inside we have a 21700 5000 V2 battery, plenty of capacity to power this powerful light. It is supported by a dual spring system, so the light won't deactivate should it be jolted or subject to recoil. Now we move on to argue the biggest change of this light. It's the tail switch. The patented Flexi sensor tail cap is unique to this light. I personally think it's a massive improvement to the previous tactical tail light from Fenix. Before, you have a rotating ring around the outside and a single plastic button to switch the light levels. With the old style tail cap, issues came when using it one-handed. If you weren't practiced with it, it could be quite tricky to do, and people also complained about a kind of positive click on the button wasn't there. As it didn't have a pronounced click, you could say this is more covert. But chances are, if you're turning a light on, I think covertness is going out the window. The new tail cap has a rotating switch that allows you to switch between the different operating modes. The lock indicates the lock mode, preventing accidental activation. In the middle we have the duty mode, where you can access the 4 main options of low, medium, high and turbo. And then we have the tactical mode, which just gives you access to turbo and strobe modes. So that gives us a rundown of the light features. Let's move on to the outputs now. So we'll rotate this from the lock mode into the duty mode. We'll do a full click to activate the light. So again, our outputs are low 30 lumens, medium 350, high 1000 and turbo 2800. We don't have the beam distance from Fenix at all the levels, but on full power it can hit 465 meters. For run times we are looking at low 40 hours, medium 9 hours, high 3 hours 15 and turbo 3 hours with some thermal step down reducing the output. Remember, run times are stated as if you put the light on in a mode and just left it there to run until it died. We can then move the switch over to the tactical mode. Essentially here we flick between the turbo and the strobe modes. With both the duty and the tactical mode we have memory mode functionality. This will remember whatever mode you put it on last, even if it's on the tactical and the strobe mode. So that's our 3 modes on the switch. I think this is a much improved switch than before, but it still takes some getting used to. Right, so that's output done. Let's move on to some other specs. Dimensions wise, we are looking at a length of 153.7mm, a head diameter of 34mm, and a body diameter of 25.4mm. Weight-wise, we're looking at 207 grams including the battery. In the box, you'll find the torch, the USB-C charge cable, holster, lanyard, 2 replacement O-rings, one for the battery tube and one for the charge port cover, and then you get your warranty card and your user manual. Back down in the workshop, I've got a bit more space to show off the light now. I started with the duty mode, and now I'll move over to the tactical mode. So that's a quick rundown of the TK20R UE. I think this torch will appeal to those who are tactically minded, who want a strobe and a turbo mode from the same setting. Of course, you get the regular outputs as well. I do find it odd though, unlike the TK20R V2, is that I can't get directly into strobe. To get into strobe with this, I'll need to either have the strobe in the memory mode and able to switch it straight across to the tactical mode. If you think you'll find yourself in a situation where you'll need strobe instantly, maybe look back to the TK20R V2. I think the big standout area of this light is the colour options. I really like how the grey looks, and the green is very nice as well. It makes a big change to where we normally see black in Fenix. So we'll finish this one off there. As ever, if you've got any thoughts, leave them down in the comments and we'll get back to you on those. If you haven't already, why not subscribe to the channel, and why not also follow us on Facebook and Instagram? I'll leave the links down in the description below. So stay tuned for the next video and we'll see you next time.